Okay, this is a review on the Diecast Masters Cat 390F. And this is the completed model. Been weathered and piped. I pipe all my things. I just want to give my input on this. I'm not going to do a whole review. I'm just going to do basically my input on it. And the most disappointing thing on the Diecast Masters is right here, where the hoses are supposed to be. In between the big booms, where the main pistons are. They're not piped in the least bit, and so you have to add your own. And also on this one on the outside doesn't have the hydraulics here. So the hydraulic work I thought was very poor. But other than that, this model came out really good, and it looks great weathered. So as you can see, the bucket is painted nice. That's actually real metal. It's just sanded off, and black is in the cracks. And I just use wire and insulation from wire to go over the wire to pipe these. I added extra pipe there on the boom, and so it's painted up silver and stuff, and it really came out nice. It's a great model. They use a lot of plastic, so they have cheapened, but this model looks really good. So the piping's not that bad. It's not the greatest job, but it's just wiring from around the house. So, but you can see it looks really good, and the weathering is phenomenal. So there it is. That is the Diecast Masters 390F. And yeah, I was hoping they would lean more towards the 5110, which I have right here, which all of this piping in here, this is all factory. So they did a great job at a cheap model. And even this one has all the piping from the factory. But 5110 is a great model. I was hoping they did that cheap, and then they should have kept it cheap and did all that detail. This one's set up with the cab guard and another bucket here, and there's the original bucket right there. Also, even Tonkin has a little 340. They even add the piping right in there. And it's just a cheap little plastic piece, a rubber piece. And they could have left out the tin box. And this one was done as demolition also with the main bucket there, the original bucket, and then this, which is the grapple, which I like. No, that's a nice little model. A very nice little model. But anyway, getting back to the 390. I grinded out you can see this thing goes way down now. I grinded out the tabs, which are in there. So now it goes, we put it straight like this, we can get it all the way down. And there it is, all the way down. A great model. And it goes way down. I think the reason they did that is because these little guys stretch. They're like rubber bands, and they stretch. But really a cool model. And the little man I took out, but he's here. He's right here. See if I can get him to focus. And he's also weathered, as you can see, which looks pretty good. So he could just sit right, he could just go right back in there, and he just sits in the seat. And he looks good. I think he looks good. If he's weathered, he doesn't look like so like Bob the Builder, you know. He looks a little better. But anyway, it's a great model. And I also these little pins, so this bucket can drop right off, and I can replace the buckets. And there you have it. Looks great with no bucket as well. It's a great model, highly detailed, and if done right, it can be really cool. But it's missing a lot of the piping, and I don't really like models without the piping. I like my models real greasy and fully piped. And then you got a nice looking model. So there it is, the 390 in all its glory. Looking like the real thing right there. Anyway, you can see my models. I do a lot of models, and you can see them at monstermodeling.com. If you scroll down to the weathered truck and click in, you'll see all my, there'll be links and pictures of all my models weathered fully like this. I weather them all like this and I pipe them so they look really good. I always add the auxiliary. I love to add the auxiliary lines there, and it looks really cool. But yeah, I think diecast masters could have added some detailing in there in the hydraulic lines, and even if they leave out the tin, I really don't need a tin. But there it is, a great model in all its glory. Anyway, thanks for watching. Check my stuff out, monstermodeling.com. Scroll down to the weathered truck and click in, and you can see all my models there. They're all weathered, pretty much just like this one. Thanks.